is also a big chunk of it is actually the financial literacy and education. And
Mm,
the idea is to build something specifically for Lebanon. So to understand the market on the ground and to build that financial material, that education material. And it's two things. It's to push it out via digital on social media, which is just good for awareness. But then to also physically, when you go to universities and you go to these lectures, with the help of Mike as well, who would also go into the community, to physically print them in brochures and pamphlets and hand those
mm,
things out. And it's,
yeah,
I think that will actually, my personal opinion is that is really how we are going to grow from the
mm,
grassroots up, is to actually go into
yeah,
these communities and with a physical object, hand it to them. And while you're doing it, talk to people about financial literacy, but then also how blockchain uh, uh, is comparable with the banking rail, for example. I think that's how the approach should be. So we teach them, for example, what a credit score is. Like a lot of, especially young kids, don't understand things like credit scores and things like that. Financial literacy is poor globally, by the way. It's not just in Lebanon; it's
yeah,
a global problem. And so you take an example of like financial, like a credit score. So you explain it, and then you can explain how they will be blockchain equivalents. And there are companies that are working on credit scores that use other kinds of measures, not traditional banking rail measures. And that's, I think, how the education comes. We teach about what this thing means in the old traditional banking rail sense, and then we compare it and show it how blockchain is going to offer the same thing, but just differently. And I think that's how people,
yeah.
because that's what we need, is we need to show people that blockchain is a replacement of this old technology.
True. Yeah. And what's more convincing to them is the applications. So like Empowch is one of the use cases for the blockchain. And it's not only because blockchain is around, so we have to focus on one of the applications and have a product. It's because the benefits and the differences actually that we have in this wallet compared with any other wallet, because we are flooding with wallets here in Lebanon, like, but the usual fiat money, we don't have crypto. We only have the Binance wallet. It has been there for like since 2020. And nowadays we have the fiat banking system, our financial institutions wallet. So
Yeah,
this is why Empowch has the lead and the market, if we really focus on the marketing part, to be very much engaging with the people, not only putting a billboard, download the app and that's it, get connected to a financial institution, cash out, all right, so what's the difference? So no, we have to start from the people.
absolutely. I agree with that. The power really will come from building a community. And that really is what Empowch is going to end up being. Is this is why we call it a platform, because we don't just see ourselves as just a payment rail. We see
Mm,
ourselves as a payment rail on the blockchain, but we also see ourselves as a platform where we are bringing other blockchain companies who provide alternative financial solutions to the banking rail, and we represent them to our Empowch community. So the most important thing is to build that community. And then what I've discovered, I've only been doing this for 2 years, so I'm like a real newbie at it. But what I've learned in that time is that the most important thing in whether it's the banking rail or the blockchain rail is trust. You have to build trust within your community. If you don't have that, it means nothing. It means
yeah.
nothing. Nobody will use you unless you have trust. So it is the most important thing is to go into the community. What you're going to do is the most important thing, is going on the ground in the community and building that grassroots community up. And those grassroots community become your ambassadors and they take the message out. And that's how you grow this industry. That's how I see what everybody's hoping for, mass adoption. That's how I see
Mm,
mass adoption coming, not
true.
from the top down, but from the bottom up.
Yeah, this is how it happens, right?
And the other thing that I think is really key, this is why I think women in technology is such a really powerful aspect to go from, is my experience in the Middle East is that generally women control the household. So actually, our market is the woman. It's not the man. What we want to do is we want to go in and we want to convince women in the household to become the holder of that digital wallet because she's the one that spends the money. So us going after women as our target market, both whether it's in technology or in actually acquiring the user, I think the power will come from marketing, and it gives us an edge because nobody's going down that direction. Everybody just looks at wallet users, but I think we should focus specifically on women and market
Yeah.
our wallet specifically to women because and I think in Lebanon it's the same way women are in control of the household. I know in Saudi Arabia it is the woman that makes all the decisions. She spends all the money. The man is not involved in any of that. Not really.
Yeah, yeah. It's similar to what you're talking about in Lebanon, true. But the thing is, women here, I think the problem is financial literacy. Plus, the problem, the bigger problem, or the thing that we need to fix is the the fear of having the wallet, fear of managing the wallet, the fear of losing the money that her husband gave her,
Oh,
things like that. I mean,
absolutely.
so they have to break this fear by uh, having more access, knowing more to the knowledge about the wallet, what you're doing with this wallet, how you protect it, yeah, the features of the wallet, how to use it. So we have to start from the weakness. The weak point is fear,
Sure.
being scared of having money in their phones, and most of them, like, they don't have a bank account. They
Yeah.
rely on their husband if they don't work. I mean, if they are not uh, in the payroll system. So they don't have a bank account and they don't have a credit card or a debit card for online purchases. Um, yeah, so they use cash most of the time.
Yeah. I think that's so true. I think that the fear of the technology, that I think is where when we create this financial literacy information, that is something we have to focus on, and our digital content that we create is really to try and educate them about the strength of blockchain and how it is secure. And I agree because for me, I always put myself in somebody else's shoes.
Mm.
If I don't know this technology, I'm not going to download it and trust it. I would be really scared. I think the way the trust is built, it's just a small process over time. And I think what we do is if we can encourage a woman to download it, and this is what I do a lot in the content that I create, is I try and encourage users to download it and just try it. Put $10 on, send $1 to your friends, and $2 here. Play with small amounts of money that you could lose if it happens. It's not going to happen, but that's the message I give is like, it's just $10. But then play around with it and use it. Because I think this is the problem is that people care about this technology and everything else, but they don't physically do it. And what
Yeah,
we
they want to start with using it and then they will learn about it. Because when I see a woman, like, I have few in my mind. Um, if I tell, they already know that I talk about Bitcoin, crypto, and blockchain, but they're not interested to know what is it about. They see it like it's very far from us. I mean,